Hello and welcome back to the second video in this series. In the introductory video I pointed out that this whole series was based on a great book, Tall Tales, Little People and How to Tell the Stories. 261 pages, 101 stories, which every parent who ever had the richest development of their child at heart and every educator wanting full development of their charges should have read. Have you ever felt that there was something more that the experts weren't telling you about how to hold children spellbound with stories, how to have them hang on every word, coming back asking for more, building a bond with them, from which you can watch them grow with the stories? Actually, many people feel this way. Many people would love this closer connection with their children. But, and I know I talk about the secret of great storytelling, but there is nothing really secret about it. Why is it then, so to say, secret? It is merely because not everyone knows the simple principle and rules which have been there forever, and not everybody who knows them will tell you. But they are the same rules as has been around since man first learned to speak. These are principles and rules for success in storytelling, which are being tried, tested, and proven over the centuries. They have to be good because they developed in times long before the printing press. Actually, when you really think hard about it, the reasoning behind the rules is obvious and simple. It is just that nobody thinks of them. I hope to be able to convey something of the content of this eye-opening book so that you, my viewer, can build a great bond with your children and at the same time help their education. So, let's first consider the primary aim in storytelling. What do we wish to accomplish? Do we wish to do more than entertain? And how is it all best achieved? These are questions which are interesting and practical, because today the parents' enthusiasm for stories is often only if they educate at the same time as they entertain. But in seeking to achieve this, the adult often lays heavier stress on the least essential function. What is a story essentially? Is it a textbook of science? An appendix to geography? And an introductory primer of history? Of course it is not. A story is essentially and primary a work of art, and its chief function must be sought under the heading of art. What I'm getting at is this: you can teach children interesting facts about bees and butterflies simply by telling them certain stories, and you can open their eyes to colour and processes in nature by telling them certain other stories. But unless you do more than that, you might as well use the Venus de Milo in a lesson in anatomy. The real message of the story is contained in the art form itself. They should be just as effective as in a painting or a sculpture. And like these other art forms, it should give joy. And it's through the joy in the story that the story does its work. Other aspect is excitement and anticipation. So stay with me here. The book and these videos should transform your entire way of thinking about telling stories to children and the whole purpose of it. And I promise we are going to get to the actual stories real soon. In fact, let me introduce an example of that sense of excitement. An example which, for practical purposes in this one video, has to be confined to one age group. If you have a child of suitable age, then even the very well-known story of the Three Little Pigs can demonstrate what I mean. Once upon a time there were three little pigs who went from home to seek their fortune. The first little pig that went off met a man with a bundle of straws. "My good man, please give me that straw so I can build my house." The man gave the pig the straw and he built his house with it. Soon there was a knock on his door. It was the wolf. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and blew the house in and ate up the little pig. The second little pig met a man with a bundle of sticks. "Good man, please give me some sticks so I can build me a house." The man gave him the sticks and he built his house. Again, the wolf came along and knocked on his door. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he blew the house in and ate up the little pig. The third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. "Please, sir, may I have that brick to build my house?" The man gave him the bricks and he built a house. Soon there was a knock on the door. It was the wolf. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he could not blow the house in. Finding that he could not blow the house in with all his huffing and his puffing, the wolf said, "Ah, little pig, I know where there is a field of sweet turnips." And with that, the child awaits eagerly to hear the end of the story. But we'll have to leave it until our next video to hear the end of the story. But stay with me, as in the next videos we'll continue with we'll move on to other more interesting aspects of effective storytelling.